exercise. It's an exercise I like. And it's just a real simple following the rail and then doing circles in the corner. And for filming here, I'm just going to be using the diagonal corners here because the camera's in one corner and the other corner doesn't film well. So in these two corners, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up roughly a 10-meter circle. And Crescent here he's pretty good, with directing him where to go. But I'm trying to get a nice forward walk with bend in his body and him staying on a circle. That's my goal. The first thing, though, is that he's maintaining a forward walk. Now, we've just come from doing, kind of the zigzag pattern of showing him where to go, being a guider and not just a rider. And now we're going into refining it down and saying, okay, I want more from you now. So the forward is the most important thing. A lot of horses are going to kind of drift and leave the circle. It's no big deal. If they do, you just take them back. And this arena has angled corners, and there's a gate in each corner. So if my horse were to leave the circle, I always come back to the gate as a place where I land, so to speak. So I'm going to always make the gate as part of my circle. And then I'm going to look to get a 10-meter circle. A perfect 10-meter circle is what I'm looking for. But let's say my horse drifts off over here. He's like, I want to go over here. And you say, no, let's stay on the circle. So you keep helping them to get to the circle. But if they drift and drift and drift, and eventually we're going to run into a rail. And when I run into the rail, then I can take them back to my circle. And we can set up and do our circle again. And so you're just going to stay going around that circle until it's nice. And once you have a nice circle, then you can head off down the rail. So I'm going to just pick up the trot. And I can go. I could do another circle in this corner, but I'm going to go to the far corner down here and pick up another circle. So I stay on the rail. We're going straight ahead to picking up that circle. And now I'm doing it at a trot, but you can do this at a walk first, then at a trot. And eventually you'll do this at the canter, but that's a ways down the road. So I'm looking for that forward trot, not where he's running away, but that I have energy. He's not dawdling. He's not running away. Then I'm looking, is he staying on a nice circle? And that's pretty nice. And then do I have a nice bend through his body? Which is pretty good. And again, I could stay on that circle as long as I wanted to, I stay on the circle as long as I need it to get my horse using himself nicely. And once he's using himself, then I'll go off. It's kind of like going down the rail is his reward. And then I can come to the next corner and pick up and do it again. And this is pretty nice. He's maintaining everything nicely. And soften, and he comes back with me. So he remembers that from the connected seat work. And then I could figure 8 off and go back the other way and do the same thing the other direction. each direction you go is going to have a little different movement. Yours typically is stiffer one way than the other. You might have a horse that their eye gets more bothered of stuff on one side than the other, and so you're dealing with almost two different horses, the different directions. He's still pretty good this way. He doesn't flex quite as well. It's a little stiffer this way, but pretty good. So I would get that good, then I could just head on down the rail, and in the next corner I can do the same thing. And like I say, I play with this until I can do each corner, and within one lap, they're good. And that might not happen the first day, it might not happen the first week, maybe even the first 2 weeks. But just spend time doing this. This is part of when I start the young horses. When we get to this point, this is what I'll do every day with him for, as long as I need to, till I can come out and pretty much get on and come out and ride a real nice circle. And when I can do that within a few minutes, then you can move on to other things. But I still use this even in my more advanced horses as a great warm-up exercise. So, thanks. See you next time.